kicking off a series here to help people understand how to master their stimulus response cycle. For centuries, there's been volumes written about how to change your habits, how to become the person you want to be, and more there's always new books. And what happens is things work for a while and then they stop working. Or maybe it works for one person, but it doesn't work for someone else. And this goes on. And there's reasons for that. The thing is to have agency and personal leadership consistently. And that agency and personal leadership comes about when you master your stimulus response cycle. So I'm going to cover that over the next half dozen or so posts. Here's a quick setup. There's data that says we have 70,000 thoughts a day. So that's about a thought per second, using 65,000 seconds as about the waking hours as an average. Dig a little deeper and you'll see that we make about 30,000 decisions, 33,000 or so decisions a day. And you can Google all of this. Everything I tell you, you can Google it and come to your own conclusions. So every other second, we're making a decision. I would argue that those aren't really decisions the way you and I think of them. Those are not conscious decisions. Those are the stimulus response cycles kicking off. Those stimulus response cycles continue to kick off and what's interesting is each stimulus response cycle primes us for the next stimulus response cycle. This is how you can have a whole day where it's all by habit. This is why you can be driving down a road and miss your turn or exit, especially if you're on that road often, but usually go straight and not take the exit. This is an important point because we're constantly priming ourselves and the world around us is constantly priming us. There are people priming you who don't really understand what priming is or why they're doing it, but they know it works. Sort of like artificial intelligence doing marketing. You ask artificial intelligence to put together a PASTOR sequence for marketing, and it's going to use best practices, and best practices prime you to make a decision at the call to action. So since we're being primed all the time, we're priming ourselves, doesn't it make sense to prime based on our vision and our purpose? And that's what we're going to be talking about. So 33,000 decisions a day, 30,000 stimulus response cycles. When you master your stimulus response cycles and have predictable and consistent agency and personal leadership, you're on your way to designing the life of your dreams. And that's the key to life expansion after 50. We don't get old. We don't stop having fun and living life because we're old. We get old because we stop having fun and living life.